Yo guys, welcome back to the channel. So this is the second character guide that I'm going to release. And for this one, we are going to make a guide for Jiyan right here. And this is based on how I play Jiyan and how I build Jiyan and what I think is the best team comp and stuff like that. Most of these stuff are probably common knowledge already because Jiyan has already been out for, I don't know, for so long. But yeah, this is my take on Jiyan's guide or Jiyan's build. And hopefully you'll learn something new in this video. And yeah, let's just get into it. See you guys in a bit. Alright, so let's start off with Jiyan's kit. So first of all, he does 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 basic attack string. Jiyan's kit is honestly pretty basic, pretty straightforward. Just hit, scale, hit, and that's about it. Alright, so for Jiyan's ult, press the ult here, enters this state. Also, if you have 40 gauge, 50 40 gauge, or half the 40 gauge, or full 40 gauge, he does this aerial attack as well. Also, his ult does count as heavy attack. You do want to stack up heavy attack on Jiyan. You can argue to say you can just do heavy attacks for Jiyan. Just look at that. Because you have a bunch of, or you buff your heavy attack because of your ult, which counts as a heavy attack. But in my opinion, I just go for the basic attack instead of the heavy attack because it's just so much more damage. And look at that, so much faster to kill. So much better in my opinion. Also, do keep in mind that my Jiyan does have more basic attack damage bonus than heavy attack. Yeah, that is the basic rundown of his kit. Pretty straightforward, pretty basic. Your run-of-the-mill DPS with doing basic attack and stuff like that. With a little bit of CC when he does the ult, which is so good in situations where there's a lot of enemies like the Tower of Adversity. Alright, so let's move on to the actual build of this Jiyan. For the weapon, we do have the Verdant Summit here, his signature weapon and by far the best weapon for Jiyan. You can also run Jinxi's weapon right here, but do keep in mind that the buff for Jinxi's weapon is Resonance Skill damage bonus. If you look at Jiyan's S1 right here, the Resonance Skill Wind Queller can be used one more time. So basically, you can use it twice and you would get more out of Jinxi's weapon, the Ages of Harvest. But of course, Jiyan's weapon, his own signature weapon, is still the best in stock for him. If you don't have Jiyan's signature weapon or if you don't have Jinxi's weapon, you can still use the Autumn Trace, which is still pretty damn good. Increases attack. It's a free attack buff because Jiyan does a lot of basic attack and even some heavy attack when he does the ult. And also it has the crit rate substat, which is again the most important stat in the game. But if you don't have the Verdant Summit, you don't have Jinxi's weapon, you don't have the Battle Pass weapon, you can also just use a 4-star weapon, which I don't have right now. A 4-star weapon that has attack and attack, but of course the other options are way better. For a completely free-to-play option, I guess you can use the Broadblade of the Night if you R5 this, which is pretty easy because when you get a lot of this already. True skill is cast increase attack by 8%. This also corresponds with the 5-piece set of the arrow, which gives arrow damage bonus upon using intro skill. So you can also run that, but again, the best weapon hands down is his signature weapon. And speaking of echoes, now that we're here in the echo page, best echo set for Jiyan is the 5-piece arrow set, of course. If you don't have the 5-piece arrow set, you can run 2-piece arrow and 2-piece attack, or you can even run the 5-piece lingering tunes if you really don't have anything else. And let's go over the stats of these echoes real quick. So there you have it for the echo set. I do have a lot of crit rate. Of course, you need as much crit rate as you can for Jiyan because he's running a crit damage weapon right here. So you do want to have as much crit rate as you can to maintain that 70%, about 70% crit rate. And this is also with the Forte unlocked. All of the Forte, the stat bonuses, all of them unlocked. I kind of want to go over 75 or at least reach 75, but that's really hard to get right now. Moving on to which Forte you need to prioritize, which skill you need to prioritize to level up. And right now we have almost everything unlocked. I left these 2 locked because I don't really need them. The single thing that you want to prioritize to level up is of course the Resonance Liberation, because Jiyan, when he goes into his ult state, big PP damage and a little bit of crowd control. So it's insane. You want to go into his ult as much as you can. And the next probably is the Forte Circuit, because the Forte Circuit gives additional damage when you use a Liberation. If you have half or more Forte gauge in your Forte Circuit, you do insane damage with this. But for me, in my case, I don't really use my ult that much. I don't use the ult in the overworld. I only use this in the adversity. I only use this in the hologram bosses. And I do spend most of my time in the overworld. So I increase my resonance skill and my normal attack instead because I do have quite a bit of basic attack damage bonus as well, just to deal more overall damage, and just leave the intro skill last. So once again, Liberation, Circuit, Resonance, and normal attack. But if you want to do what I do, and with my specific build with basic attack damage bonus, Liberation, skill, and then the 40 circuit, and last, of course, is the intro skill. Alright, so now let's talk about team comps. This is by far, I think, is the best team comp. Of course, we have Jiyan, the main DPS. We have Mortefi and Verena. Verena, we all know what Verena can do. Verena is a support, a healer, and a damage amplification or damage buff. Really easy to do as well. Mortefi, the only character with heavy attack damage amplification in the game as of right now. Mortefi's ult does a coordinated attack as well. If ever you don't have Mortefi, then you can just go Alto. Alto is also really good because the outro skill right here is arrow damage amplified by 23%, while Mortefi, 38% heavy damage amplification. But other than the arrow damage amplification, he doesn't really offer anything else aside from that. A pretty fast Concerto also with Concerto efficiency, so that is a good thing when you want to swap in and then immediately charge it up and swap out to Jiyan, get the outro. And the good thing about Alto is that arrow damage is a general damage amplification for an arrow character, so it means their basic attack, it means their skill, everything arrow in that character does get buffed or amplified by 23%. So Alto is also really viable, but in my opinion, Mortefi just offers a lot more. And if you don't have Alto, you don't have Mortefi, you can just run the Spectro MC. With the Spectro MC's outro skill, generate an area of stasis, basically time stop for 3 seconds, allowing Jiyan to deal 3 damage for 3 seconds. Really, really good when you're setting up your ult with the echo skill and stuff like that. Another character that you can run with Jiyan is Yang Yang. Yang Yang also has Concerto efficiency, which means that she can get her Concerto energy pretty fast. Her outro skill restores 4 resonance energy per second for 5 seconds. More energy regen for Jiyan. Verena, of course, is a Verena will always there, best healer in the game, but you can run Bai Shi as well. Also gives a buff, also gives a damage amplification, and yeah. Alright, now it's time for the showcase. Everything that I've mentioned in the video comes down to this. This is where I showcase all of it. The build, the damage, everything, the rotation, the team comp. This is where I will show everything in action. I'm not gonna do the highest difficulty because it is a little bit more time consuming than this one. Actually, not a little bit more, a lot more time consuming. Because of course it's hard, and yeah, I'm gonna need a couple of tries. So I only want to do one try just to showcase Jiyan, team comps, and everything. So yeah, let's just go difficulty 5, and heck, I don't even know if I can finish this in one try, but we'll see. I just keep hitting, keep hitting. Oh, okay, I dodged too early, but that's fine. Dodge that. With the skill 4-5. Wow. Okay, look at this. There we go. I wasn't able to parry with the skill, this skill right here, because with that skill it's so easy to parry because it does a couple of instants of damage all at once, right? One press at least, so you can just easily okay, let's activate this, easily parry any parryable attack. Okay, let's show this right here. Look at that. Easy. That's why that skill is so good to parry attacks. Okay, let's activate this. Oh, I missed. How can that miss? But we missed. I don't know how the hell we missed that, but we missed. Okay, let's heal up. Okay, let's go back to Jiyan. And now we hit this. Perfect. We use your skill. And we don't have our ult, actually. That's insanely bad. We didn't have our ult. Yeah, that's the only problem with this lineup right here. It's kind of hard to get Jiyan's ult. Dodge that easily. Go back to Mortefi. This is the rotation. Just hard charge up Arena. Hey, come down here. Come on. Okay, we go back. Oh, perfect. Okay, so now we go to this echo skill. Use your skill, Nice, and then use your ult. If you have a forte gauge, or you have bars in your forte gauge, it does aerial damage like that before it plunges down, as it plunges down, and then you go into the state of your ult and deal a bunch of damage. Just there you have it. So once again, for the rotation, you do want Jiyan deal as much damage, charge up that Concerto energy, charge up your forte circuit, and charge up your ult as well if you don't have it, and then switch back to Mortefi, do some damage, do some ult, and the bell as well. Outro skill from Mortefi, go into Jiyan, echo skill, and then resonance skill, and then you go into ult just to maximize the damage. That's also the same for Verena. When you go into Verena, get the outro, heal up, get the outro, and then go into Jiyan, then rinse repeat with the echo and then the resonance ult. To use Mortefi, you definitely need to use Jiyan's ult, because with Verena, it's a more general buff. So you can just use Verena, heal up, outro, and then go back to Jiyan. You don't have your ult, it's fine. You can just do everything else like the basic attack. We do have 18% basic attack damage buff. We do have our basic attack leveled up as well. So yeah, this is my rotation. This is the way I use Jiyan. And yeah, there you have it, guys. So that's it for the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed the video. I do hope you learned something new in this video. And if you did, please don't forget to leave a like. Also, comment down below what you guys think of Jiyan. And are there any tips you want to give players who want to learn how to play Jiyan, how to build Jiyan? Just comment down below. Don't be shy and don't hold back. Also, comment down below if I missed anything that's really vital for Jiyan's kit. And last but not least, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We'll be doing more Wuthering Waves content in the future and other games that I might be interested in playing. So stay tuned for all of that good stuff. I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.